Hello students, welcome to Legacy IAS Academy. Today we are going to discuss about a very strange weather phenomena that we have observed in the United Arab Emirates, especially the city of Dubai. So heavy rain and massive flash floods we have witnessed in Dubai in last 1 or 2 days, and this is something that we can say is a kind of contradictory weather phenomena, because what we are witnessing is a kind of flood in desert which is known for its dry condition, which is known for its low rainfall conditions. So what is the reason behind this? Let us try to understand this in more detail. But before, let us try to understand the recent news events that has unfolded. So UAE recorded the heaviest rain ever after a severe thunderstorm phenomena that it has witnessed. The rain was a historic weather event that surpassed anything that has been documented since the start of data collection in the region since 1949, and that was even before the UAE was established in 1971. Heavy rains are unusual in this region because, as we have discussed, it is an arid Arabian Peninsula country. It is kind of desert landmass. However, they occasionally occur in the region during the cooler winter months. However, still, as of now, this phenomena has happened in the summer months. Now, the thunderstorm had dumped more than 142 millimeters of rain onto the desert city of Dubai. Now, this number is very significant because if you compare, this actually is the rain that happened in this region over a period of 1.5 years, with an average year sees only 95 millimeters of rain approximately. So, within a single day, more than the rainfall that the region witnessed in a year has been dumped onto the entire city. The heavy rains has obviously led to disruption of the life generally, and also as air travel, as flights were either diverted or delayed. Now, both the Emirati as well as the nearby, we know other countries there, that is Oman. So, both Emirati and Omani governments have previously warned that climate change is likely to lead to more flooding. So, basically the government has blamed this entire phenomena onto the climate change that the entire earth is witnessing. So, is climate change the primary reason behind this unique rainfall phenomena? Let us try to understand this. So, the primary reason for this rain is believed to be a storm clouds that were passing through the Arabian Peninsula and moving across the Gulf of Oman. Also, rains could have been exacerbated by what many experts believe to be the Dubai's or UAE's government continuous attempt to use cloud seeding to cause precipitation or to prevent precipitation, which is a process of spraying salt mixtures in the clouds such as silver iodide. Sometimes dry ice is sprayed out that would result into condensation of the clouds, and eventually after condensation the rain drops will come down. So, several reports has quoted meteorologists at the National Center for Meteorology who have said that they flew 6 or 7 cloud seeding flights before actually the rains has happened. So, indeed cloud seeding can be related to this unusual rain that the region has witnessed. So, cloud seeding is very interesting term, very interesting phenomena. Let us try to delve deeper into what exactly we mean by this term. So, cloud seeding is a phenomena by which we have discussed that many particles, especially salt particles, are spread by aeroplanes in the atmosphere, and thus clouds are usually injected with salts such as silver iodide, potassium iodide or sodium chloride, which act as a seed. Now, these salts are expected to provide additional surface or additional nuclei around which the water vapor condenses, and more cloud droplets can form in the region where the cloud seeding is going on. They are dispersed into the clouds either using aircraft or through generators that can be present on the ground surface, and seeding accelerates clouds microphysical processes, thus converting them into the rain bearing systems. If you look at the step that how exactly cloud seeding works. So, basically silver iodide particles are released either from the air, as we can see from the picture here, or from the ground based flare trees. Particles rise with the updraft of a storm's convective current. Convective current means the wind that is moving at very strong rate in the upward direction due to intense heating of the ground surface into the orographic clouds. Now, these hygroscopic means moisture attracting silver iodide particles help the super cool liquid water freeze into ice crystals, and thus once ice crystals are forming, air is continuously flowing, then gradually due to the effect of gravity, these ice crystals begin to come toward the ground surface, and in the process it melts and precipitation occurs. That means the water comes down in the form of liquid droplets. So precipitation efficiency is enhanced as ice crystal fall down either in the form of snow depending on the size or in the form of rain droplet itself. That is how we can simply summarize it. So what are the types of condensation nuclei? So here we can understand the substance that is dispersed into the cloud needs to have a cloud condensation nuclei and ice nuclei. And these two come from the two different kind of salts that it used here. The cloud condensation nuclei has, what is the role it has to play? So it basically help form the cloud droplets. And once the cloud droplets are formed, the ice nuclei then help them to form the ice crystals. Because even if the cloud droplets are forming in the atmosphere, it does not necessarily mean that rainfall will happen. Because for rainfall to happen, the rain droplet ice crystals should be sufficiently bigger that it basically overcomes the drag force exerted by the rising air and can be pulled toward the surface by the Earth's gravitational force. And thus ice crystal grow faster than drops and they become larger, and as they become larger, we know that the gravitational force is proportional to the mass of the object. The value of gravitational force increases that pulls all this ice crystal toward the ground surface, and we see this falling into the form of rainfall. Now it does not mean that we can do cloud seeding in all conditions. There are certain conditions that is necessary to be fulfilled. First is there should be presence of certain type of cloud cover and clouds. Second, sufficient number of clouds and a particular depth should be there in these clouds. Third, there should be presence of an adequate number of cloud droplets. And fourth, cloud seeding is done to increase the radius of the cloud droplets so that they will grow bigger, and because of gravity they will come down as rainfall. So basically what it means that if you are doing cloud seeding in an area where there is no sign of any clouds, probably it will not work. But if the clouds, even if small scale clouds are forming, even if what we can say low density of clouds are forming, then the chances of cloud seeding to deliver results becomes significantly higher. So other reason that we have discussed as given by the government of these countries, that the climate change is responsible for such weather phenomena. So how far is that correct? We know that the soaring global temperature which is witnessed everywhere across the world is also or could also be behind this weather event. The reason is very simple. The relation, if you try to establish it, we know that the global warming is causing a rise of the atmospheric temperature. So higher the temperature, higher is the evaporation of water, not only from the ocean but also from the water present on the land surface as well as other kind of water bodies. Now as more and more water evaporates, the warmer atmosphere can hold more and more amount of water vapor. That means in the atmosphere, as global warming progresses, more moisture is present, more water vapor is present. And thus based on these, when the study was conducted, it was found that for every 1 degree Celsius rise that happens in average temperature, atmosphere capacity to hold water vapor increases by almost 7%. This makes storm more dangerous as it leads to increase in the intensity of precipitation, intensity of rainfall, duration of precipitation, also the frequency of precipitation, which ultimately can cause severe flooding. Thus indeed climate change can said to be the region that these kind of weather events which we are observing the earth is not only becoming more intense but also becoming more and more frequent in nature. Now role of global warming, if you understand it more based on the study that we have done in India, studies based in India's Thar desert and also similar studies that has been conducted in Australia's desert region have shown that climate change could lead to more rainfall in these desert areas, arid areas. While the average global temperature on the earth has increased by at least 1.1 degree Celsius since 1850, the UAE has witnessed an increase of almost 1.5 degrees Celsius just in past 60 years. Thus, this kind of unusual phenomena might become more and more regular in the UAE and the surrounding region as well. And thus, increase in temperature is mainly obviously caused by the rise in the concentration of the greenhouse gases since the Industrial Revolution. And that is something which we can understand also from the fact that before the Industrial Revolution, the concentration of CO2 in atmosphere was only 290 parts per million, while as per the study conducted in 2016, this concentration has increased to 416 parts per million. That is thanks to the Industrial Revolution, the development of industries and the vehicles and every other things related to that. Thus, what we can see in the conclusion, that though cloud seeding can be the factor, climate change can be a factor, the problem with the scientist is that for them it is extremely difficult to attribute any particular weather event that is happening anywhere, extreme weather event that is happening anywhere directly to the climate change. It is because there are multiple factors like the patterns of natural climate variability, such as El Nino and La Nina that happens in the equatorial Pacific Ocean, and thus it is difficult to contribute a single this climate change as a driving factor behind such extreme weather phenomena. So that is all for this particular video. I hope you understood about the role of cloud seeding, climate change, and how they are related to the extreme rainfall and flood like situation. Thank you very much.